Talkin Sex Live with Chet and Diane is recorded in front of a live audience. This show is for mature audiences only. Well, hello. You are Talkin Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I am Chet.
I'm Diane.
And we are unlicensed sex therapists. We are here with our two good friends and also first of all, our producer, Wells, who's finally back after
everyone
a long time. What have you been up to, Wells?
Well, a little dating, a little working. Today I found out my ex-girlfriend is pregnant.
Oh, wow. That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Wow. Yeah. But she's not married, she's just pregnant?
She's just pregnant at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to hear that. We can chat a little bit more about that. But first, let's welcome to the show, back to the show, Dr. Bexxx, real-life sex therapist. How are you doing, Dr. Bexxx?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on again. I'm really excited for our callers tonight.
No problem. We should have some doozies there. Wells, are you ready to dust off the old the switchboard that you have there? Or?
I'm ready to do it.
Cool, but first I want to know more about your problem with you. Are you upset about your ex being pregnant, or is that something that you just don't? No?
Just amused.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Poor son of a bitch that's the father has no idea what he's in for.
No. It's that should be something that he will have to deal with now, and not so much you. But
Chet, they've never lived together.
Really?
And now they're getting married, they're having a baby, and they're moving to a state where he knows no one.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not upset. I'm just ready to watch the fire burn,
Wow.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it makes sense.
There.
Yeah. Do you have anything to say about that, Dr. Bexxx? What some advice would you have for Wells to go ahead and deal with this?
Well, my first question is, how long has it been since you've been with her? Are we sure that this baby isn't yours?
Oh, that's a good question.
You would have scared me if we had only been broken up for a few months, but I think it's been about 2.5 years.
Yeah, ever since you've been on the show, you haven't had. I had a girlfriend, isn't that right, Wells?
No, not at all.
Okay, I forgot that you even had the girlfriend in the past there. So.
And Wells, are you sure that she never stole a used condom of yours and kept it in the freezer just to defrost it later and inseminate herself?
Well, that would be pretty sneaky of her, and I guess I can't put it past her, but kind of doubt it.
Pretty gross, too.
But it's totally possible.
Yeah, it's something from Basic Instinct sort of stuff.
Turkey baster for later.
Yeah, just some actual...
Problematic movie.
Yeah.
But a great movie.
Yeah, that was the one with the bunny getting boiled, right?
No, that was
Fatal
Attraction. That's right.
Basic Instinct was seeing what's her name's vagina.
Sharon
and
Stone.
the ice
Yes.
pick. Ice pick.
Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone. There you go.
I've seen that movie.
Wells knows it very well. He actually has a poster of Sharon
well.
Stone when she opens up her legs in his bathroom.
Rumor has it she didn't know that they were going to film that.
Oh, so she was joking around.
They told her to take her panties off because they were white and they were affecting the lighting, when in fact they wanted to film her vagina. That's the story
That
that
just
she
sounds
says
like
the
a man to
director
me.
denied.
Yeah, it was a total man director right there.
Wow, that's super creepy though too.
Yeah.
But she's doing fine. Sharon's doing fine.
Oh yeah, she's
Sharon's great.
So you want to dust off that call board at all? And
Let's dust it off. Let's do it.
Our
Our first caller calling in right now is Chance, who is having an emotional affair and wants help to possibly open up his relationship without making his girlfriend jealous.
Oh, wow. Hello, you are Talkin Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I'm Chet.
I'm Diane.
And is this Chance?
Oh, man, this is Chance Miller. So good to hear some friendly voices tonight, this evening. Oh, man.
Got it. How are you doing tonight there, Chance?
Oh, I can't. Listen, Chet, I am overwhelmed. I'm excited. I'm also a bit perturbed. It's a whole roller coaster of emotions over here in my RV.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on there?
Well, I haven't been the best, but also I have to follow my heart. I've been having somewhat of an emotional affair, and it's something I've looked up on Google. And yes, I went to the third page of results. I didn't just give them the sponsored post.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's when I've been having an emotional relationship. It hasn't moved to physical with someone else
Okay.
other than my primary partner.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. So you actually haven't done anything? You haven't done anything physical? You just have feelings for another person? Is that correct?
Oh man, we call these feelings. These feelings are butterflies, and they're deep down, even in my loins. And guess what? It's awakening parts in me that, gosh darn it, I didn't know I had.
Mm-hmm.
To be frank with you both.
Okay.
Diane, I actually wanted to ask you because Ariel, my girlfriend, and her mama, they're both mad as hell at me for having this, and I just want to get a woman's perspective on this. I mean, I haven't even met this person, but I'm feeling love, and also if I met this person in the flesh, I might just ravage them.
Okay, so you
So
have...
you haven't. So you told your girlfriend? Is that correct?
Well, they found me on 4chan, like searching the boards a whole bunch. They saw me and they saw what posts I was reading, and then all of a sudden they saw my messages on the boards, my private messages, and I've been talking with someone who's pretty special to me.
Okay.
So what's your question exactly?
But, yeah, and who is this person? But first, what's your question?
Well, I don't know their real name. I'm saying, Diane, how would you deal with this? Like, is this something...
If I were having an
I don't want to break up.
affair, is that
Mhm.
what
Yeah.
your question is? Huh. Well,
Yeah, I'm having an emotional affair.
Well, an emotional affair is also an affair, I
Mhm.
would say, and so it's unfair to your current partner to not be honest and open about that.
I mean, they found out now it's honest and open. I mean, they know who I'm chatting with, and the cat's out of the bag.
Oh,
and
they do
you
know.
know what? Yeah. Well, they found all the messages,
Mm-hmm.
and here's a little tidbit of a hint of who the person is. It's like follow the white rabbit. Have you heard that?
Okay.
Maybe do your own research because the great awakening is coming.
Mhm.
That's the one and only. That's who I've been talking to.
Is this QAnon or is this some type of Beelzebub or?
You know what? You said it first, and I mean, I'm gendering this person, and I'm thinking it's a dude, and I'm pretty secure in my heterosexuality, but the way we've been talking, I just know Q's got something for me.
Oh, it is Q. Got it. Okay.
It is Q.
It is Q.
It is Q. He has coded messages for me. Last time he said something, the Great Awakening's coming, the storm's coming, and I know he was probably talking about the storm that's going on in my pants. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
There's a whole storm going on down there. It's all like excited and then a little shriveled up and scared, and then sometimes standing at attention because I'm picturing this really Trumpian guy, like big muscles, and I'm like, I'm not gay, but guess what? I've got a boner, so my dick ain't lying.
That's all right. I mean, I think homosexuality is on a scale, so you could either be somewhat, it's not so much 100% straight, 100% homosexual.
I'm a 50.
Yeah, she's right at a 50. Wells, what would you feel that you are on the scale there?
100% straight, except for one person.
Okay, so we kicked it over to our producer here. What was that, Wells?
I feel like I'm like 90% straight.
Okay.
I feel like if a beautiful man offered to perform oral sex on me, I might be okay with that. But other than that, I think I'm pretty straight.
I mean, if he had that, a muscular body, he had glistening on him, and he was just taking down socialists. I mean, if he was going all with that, and you know what? If I had the blessing of Ariel and Mama, And even if I didn't, that's the point. This is where the conflict's coming up, because I'm telling Ariel, hey, baby, you know, this RV, it would be straight over to Q's place if I had my druthers.
Dr. Bexxx, how would you handle this? What would you tell Chaz here?
Well, it's interesting because you know, it's always a threesome when you're thinking about someone else.
Yeah.
Even when you're with
Oh.
And Chance, I do have to applaud you for doing, you know, your research. You said you went to like page 3 of Google to figure out what an emotional affair is. And
yeah,
so,
I mean, they don't tell you straight up. You have to. This is the bottom line of Q. You have to do your own research. The scientists just are like going willy-nilly, taking government information, follow the money. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. And Chance, I feel like maybe it's not so much that you want to be with Q, but you want the excitement of Q.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I mean, he does send me coded messages. I mean, they feel like they're just for me. You know what I mean? Not for like the hundreds and thousands of other people on the board. You know?
And how does that make you feel when you think the messages are just for you?
Honestly, it makes me a little scared because I've never had this much attention paid to me in my entire life. Not even from my dog, Hank.
Yeah, so maybe what's happening in your current relationship now is you're missing out on the attention that you want.
Well, Ariel's got her Amway. You know what I mean? She's going to be a millionaire someday. And Mama, sometimes she dotes on me sometimes. And, you know, Ariel put the kibosh on that back when we first got together because her mama was a looker too. But really, it's just me. It's just Chance Miller sitting alone in his RV drinking Schlitz.
Okay, so have you told Ariel? Have you told her that you are in love with Q? Because maybe she's also in love with Q. Have you ever talked openly about this?
It's funny you mentioned the L word because it's been in the back of my mind, tickling that amygdala.
Oh, so you're not
quite
to the point of loving Q yet?
I think I'm there. I'm ready to say it out loud. I love Q, and I don't care if anyone knows. Aria, I love Q. She's on a business trip to Dallas right now, an Amway convention.
Is she? Do you guys video chat? Do you have an open relationship? Or are you pretty monogamous? Are you looking to be in an open relationship, or is this just something that you are trying to seek advice?
Now, I haven't really researched what that exactly means, but I like the word open more than I like the word closed. Because if you close your mind off to the teachings of Q, you know what I'm saying? You probably are lost, and you're kind of like sheeple. I will say it. I will say it out loud.
Okay. I don't usually read a whole lot into QAnon or conspiracy theorists, but
Chet,
yes,
I will stop you there.
Okay.
Chet,
yes,
you've
I'm
got
listening,
to get
Chaz.
on there.
Oh no, that's okay. Definitely don't want to get on.
You've got to. Oh, you're one of them, aren't you? You're one of them.
A sheeple? Is that what you're trying to go for?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You just listen to the lamestream media.
If I just want to go ahead and listen to science and, you know, my own intuition, then I definitely don't follow that.
Well, intuition, you got something there.
Mm-hmm.
Intuition, I will say, you got something strong there. But science, I mean, that's debatable. Facts these days can be twisted or turned. I mean,
no.
I mean, I've heard some of your show before, and it seems like you twist and turn Diane up.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Not at all. That would not be consensual at all.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, I was talking about the Hank and the Pank.
Oh.
You know, I wasn't talking about.
The hanky pank. Oh, I mean,
I knew what you meant.
Consensual.
Oh, okay. I thought I was.
Thank you, Diane. I feel like maybe you would get a little bit more onto the cue.
I thought you were saying like I would try to like manipulate her into fornicating or engaging in sexual relations.
No, I'm talking about a pretzel position during the sexing.
Got
you know,
it. Some
getting that body
Kama
moving
Sutra and whatnot
all around.
Got it. Well, I'm trying to tackle the best way to answer your question here. I feel that you can either just be okay with having this emotional connection to Q and be open to your partner? I feel that openness is...
Wait, you're saying it's okay? That's all I need to hear, Chet. You're
all
saying
right.
it's okay? Ariel, guess what? She can't hear me, but I still yell like she's here.
I'm not saying
You know?
that it's okay. It's you got to be open with your partner, and you got to ask yourself
the open
what you
relationship.
really want out of the relationship, what you want out of life. And so if you are not happy and you would rather be happy just following conspiracy theories and going down darker rabbit holes, then that's what you want
Now
out of life.
hold up your dick, okay?
All right. Hold up my zit.
I don't need to pull out conspiracy theories. This ain't the X-Files.
Okay.
Darn it. Chet, you got me all hot and bothered. Now I got to go read some more from Q. Yeah, there's a message pinging my left eye because I see. He's written me.
Okay. Well, if he actually writes back, that's some progress there. But well, let it be known that having like a relationship with like a celebrity or someone who might be fictional, that it's not as healthy as being in a relationship with someone who's present and also someone who is who actually cares for you and who's basically physically in front of you. So if Ariel does care for you and you do care for her, I would strongly suggest just talking to her about it. But I mean, we all have our celebrity crushes. I mean, Dan likes Margot, and I like Scarlett, and you know,
Or we like Scarlett.
We both like Scarlett
And Hugh Jackman.
And Hugh
Margot.
Jackman gets thrown in there every once in a while. Dr. Bexxx, what are some of your men that you have fantasies about, or women?
Well, recently, male, the Duke that was on Bridgerton.
Oh yes,
yeah.
yes, the
That's
Duke.
yummy.
So
And female, you know, I like the classics, like a Marilyn Monroe, and I know that's out of my reach because she's dead. But like, I mean, I could masturbate to a photo of Marilyn anytime,
totally.
and I do.
Wait a second, Marilyn Monroe. I don't think she's dead. I've been reading something around deeper into the web, and I think she's still alive and kicking. And the pictures I've seen, she still looks good to boot. You know?
Wow, she'd be like in her like 70s or 80s or 90s.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
very
she's
old.
well taken care of because they tried to take her out because of JFK. That was the whole thing.
Makes sense. That
Yeah.
does make sense,
Wow,
but
that-
probably not true.
It's a nice hope to have, though.
Yeah, we all need hope. You know, sometimes let's just bring it back to we need hope, and that's what Q provides me. And so, while Ariel is actually not physically present here with me, she's with her friend Jake, getting an Amway learning.
Okay.
I will sit and think about my one hope right now is Q. So,
Got
cool.
it. Well, I hope you end up happy. I wouldn't put all your faith into Q or to QAnon. Just do some other research outside of that bubble, and then hopefully you can come to some type of conclusion there, my friend.
I will. I'm one thing's for sure. I will keep doing my research because Google
with credited
deceiving.
resources. You know what credited?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
As soon as you know that the fact checkers have gotten to it, that's some credible stuff. As soon as the fact checkers say it's no good, you know you're falling at the beginning of the rabbit hole, and
Got
it
it.
just goes down from there, and you'll just turn into one of what's that girl that goes down the rabbit hole? I don't know. There's a sexy cat.
Alan?
Alice.
Alice, yes. Got it.
Alan.
Yeah, you know Alan in Wonderland? I thought you meant like Al-Anon.
Alan's from Jurassic Park. Alan.
All right. Well, Jazz,
Remember?
thanks for chatting
Sam
with
Neill.
us tonight. I hope you have a good night and stay sex positive, my friend.
Thank you so much. You're the only humans I've actually talked to in such a long time.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good night.
Night.
Thanks.
Oh, you too.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, Dr. Bexxx, but how would you go ahead and what would you say to anybody listening out there with anybody who suffers from something like this?
Well, I feel like it's more about the root of where it's coming from. You know, like where in Chance, when he was growing up, did he not get the attention that he wanted? And what is he missing in his life right now that he feels he needs to search for?
Got
these
it.
answers, you know, because Q is obviously giving him some sort of excitement, and it's turning sexual for him, but it's also lighting a fire in him that makes him want to find the answers and also wants attention. So it goes back to that little boy that, you know, his father ignored, or his first relationship and his girlfriend wanted nothing to do with him. Like it's the attachments that he had when he was younger that affect who he is in as an adult.
You know, we should have went over with him what he could have done with his partner to go ahead and to celebrate that type of feeling that he has with Q.
Yeah. I was thinking about that also, and I'm sorry I didn't mention it, because there's some role playing that he could have done. You know, like his partner could pretend to be Q to send him notes. You know, hide him around the RV, let him find it, like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, he could have put on the buffalo hat and stole the speaker's pedestal and walked out, and something like that.
Super sexy for him, for sure.
Wells, what would you do? What would you do? Well,
About
like
being in love with Q?
I mean, what type of role playing would you do with your partner if you were role playing QAnon foreplay there?
Well, I think I would pretend that we were about to storm the Capitol, and then we would have sex over Nancy Pelosi's desk.
Got it.
Would maybe be the role play there.
Yeah. That seems real hot and sexy if you're into that sort of thing. I don't know if Diane and I would really want to be into that, but too many people being arrested right now for that stuff, but it's all right. Well, do we have another caller coming in there, Wells?
We do. Quick note, Marilyn Monroe would have been 94 years old.
Oh, wow, you're pretty close there.
Thank you for that.
She died in 1962.
Yeah.
All right, our next caller is Charity, and she wants to know how to deal with her parents who forbid her from having carnal relations.
Oof, that's rough. Hello, you're talking Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I am Chet.
I'm Diane.
And is this Charity?
Yes, and oh my word, I'm so sorry. I was on the phone on hold for so long, and I was listening to this music, and it sounded absolutely satanic. So hi.
Oh, hello.
Hi. I'm so happy to be talking to you.
Do you mind I ask how old are you, Charity?
Oh, why are you asking?
Well, I just, this is usually a show for, 18 plus. We can dive into, we can discuss stuff with more of the 16 and up crowd, people, younger children, just minors who are trying to get into this.
Well, yes, of course. I mean, I didn't sneak out to the Denny's because I'm under 18.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to sneak out to the Denny's to call you because honestly, my parents will kill me if they hear this. But no, I'm having trouble with my parents, which is probably why you asked me that question. I mean,
sound very young.
They have forbidden me to have sex.
That's
completely forbidden me.
That's pretty
and yes, I am
normal.
34.
But
so
it
is normal.
Are you promiscuous? I mean, do you have a boyfriend? Do you want to be sexually active or?
No, I have a husband.
Oh, what?
Yes, we've been married for the past 6 years.
Oh,
Chet,
6 years?
I think we missed how old she was. I feel like Charity, can you tell us how old you are again?
Yes, I'm 34.
Oh, I thought you said you're under 18. I'm sorry.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought you said you were under 18.
I'm sorry, but how would I get to Denny's?
If I
was under
friends
18?
driving Uber, I don't know, bike?
Uber?
A bike?
Oh, no. I'm forbidden to ride a bike.
Okay, so you're 34 years old, and your
parents don't accept you having intercourse with your husband, is that correct?
Who you've been married to for 6 years?
Well, I mean, I don't put it in that dirty sort of way.
So, I mean,
we are forbidden to make Congress, yes.
Well, after you marry, I mean, you're supposed to consummate the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just kind of a biblical tradition. Diane and I don't really
believe
in that.
I don't know what Bible you've been reading,
okay.
but in the Church of Daddy,
Church of
Daddy says that I am not allowed to have sexual intercourse until it is permitted by Daddy.
Oh.
So saith Daddy. That's in chapter Daddy Luke 1.
Daddy Luke 1.
Daddy Luke 1.
I'm not familiar with
Yes.
that gospel of the
Oh,
Bible.
well, you know what? I mean, not all of us can be
No. So,
godly.
what does your husband think? How he hasn't had sex with you for what you've been at least 6 years together and married and
Does
not.
he at least get blowjobs?
Sorry, what?
Fellatio. Sucking his penis, putting his penis in your mouth.
Oh!
I think
Are you okay?
I'm sorry. That's the most unclean thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's quite pleasurable,
Oh,
and some women actually enjoy doing it.
it's a blowjob.
Well, those women are probably Satan's whores.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Charity.
say it, Daddy. Satan whores.
Charity, Dr. Bexxx, we have a relationship and sex therapist, Dr. Bexxx, with us today. She would like to say something to you. What's going on, Dr. Bexxx?
Sure.
Charity, a lot of people that are in romantic relationships, like, they don't need sex. So do you and your husband perhaps care for each other in other ways by, like, maybe hugging or holding hands or just sitting close to each other?
We love to play board games. Monopoly, Parcheesi, not Sorry, because that is so wicked. It's basically gambling.
Sorry?
Sorry, yes, it's basically gambling. And if you don't know that, well, then I can't help you. But anyway, the thing is that my husband, let's call him Bob S.
Okay.
Or, B. Sampson. Bob S. Let's just call him Bob S.
All right. Just said your name.
He started saying that he's getting a pain in his downstairs Nono place.
Okay. His penis, his groin, his testicles.
His third leg?
It's all just a big old blur to me.
Okay. Sorry about that.
So Charity, what if you were to wake up tomorrow and you and Daddy said that you could have sex? How would you feel?
Well, I'd be a little bit scared. And it would be a little awkward because, of course, Daddy would have to be there to instruct us. And, I don't know if I'm ready to show Daddy my downstairs no place.
No,
yeah, you don't need to show Daddy your downstairs no place ever. That's your...
Okay, well, that's not what Daddy said.
No, they need to have a talk with Daddy. I mean, now that you are an adult...
Over the age of 5,
yeah.
Your body belongs to you now.
Yeah, so...
Well, my body belongs to Jesus, actually.
Okay. Yeah. Well, again, the Bible does say that it is okay for a married couple to have sex. And then also there's several, I guess, more Old Testament of the dad giving the daughter away to the husband and whatnot. So
exactly. Yes, exactly. And look, I don't want to go to HE double hockey stick.
No, you definitely will.
Okay, and that is my greatest fear. And if he puts his wing wang in my yoo-hoo, I'm just afraid. Oh, yes, I will have a moons over my hammy. Sorry, that's my waitress. Thank you.
Charity.
It's Daddy.
I'm sorry?
Or she's at a Denny's right now.
Oh, that's right.
I'm at a Denny.
I got it. Charity, do you want children someday?
Oh, of course. Oh, I would love just a big old gaggle of children.
Do you know how children are brought into this world?
Yes. One day you wake up and you have a baby there glowing like Jesus was glowing when he died for us on the cross.
Well, actually, in order to have a baby, your husband has to put his no-no place inside your no-no place.
I say what now?
So you have to have intercourse. You have to have sexual intercourse.
Penis in the vagina.
Yes.
I I
That's what
There
your
it
parents did. Your parents did that in order for you to be born.
my, what?
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 13 siblings. Are you telling me?
13 siblings, and yet you don't understand.
Oh my!
It's okay. So, listen,
I'm sorry.
Charity, are you
okay?
Are you throwing up?
Are you
I'm
choking?
getting a little. No, I'm getting a little sick. Getting a little sick.
Getting a little sick. Okay, sweetie, drink some water and take some deep breaths.
Okay. Jesus, as sweet as I know.
So,
Okay,
Charity, you know, a lot of biblical scholars, people who study the Old Testament, it's kind of rewritten Genesis, the creation story, as God gave the power to humans to procreate. Procreation's just, it's one of our greatest gifts. As a species, all species on this planet want to procreate and survive to better their species. And so sex is a natural thing. It is something that is encouraged throughout all religions. It is needed for our survival as a human race. So you're a married woman. You've been with your man for, was it 8 years, 6 years? I mean, if you're not comfortable with having sex, then that's one thing, that's okay. But if you think that it's just wrong and you are comfortable with it, then maybe start exploring, or maybe start just accepting it. Maybe cutting the ties with your dad, because he should not have any type of actual oversight on your marriage or your life anymore, because you're 34 years old. So
Well, that is great news. In fact, while you were talking, I just put some of my moons over my hammy right up my old Nono place.
oh wow, well,
Is
first
that- yeah,
shouldn't do that in public.
But
So
that's
Okay,
great.
well,
That is
I am
good progress.
confused, then. I am confused.
well, there's just a time and place for everything. So, but go ahead, Dr.
Well,
Bexxx.
Well, Charity, maybe when you leave Denny's, and obviously tip handsomely, maybe when you're home, and maybe if you get into the shower, you can touch your no-no place, when you're alone, and see what things you like, or maybe take a bath and just touch your feet, and then touch your thigh, touch your breasts, touch your no-no place.
And I will end up with a baby.
No.
No, you won't. You'll only end up with a baby if you have sex with a man that ejaculates inside of you.
Or you're artificially inseminated, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh my, you know what? I think maybe I'll just go home, read Daddy's Bible, and think about what you said.
Okay. Well, I hope that you can finally find yourself and accept who you are, and just know that it is okay to have intercourse with your husband. If you don't feel
hope. Well, I hope I can get this moons out of my hammy, out of my no-no
Me too.
place, because now I'm starting to feel a little
You
uncomfortable.
can get a yeast infection, or some other bad stuff. Well, Charity, thank you so much, and stay sex positive, and have a good night. Stay safe out there.
All right.
All right, thank
Ready,
you.
steady.
Ready, steady. Wow, okay. Well, Dr. Bexxx, I've heard of virginity lasting well into, your 20s or 30s, but to be married and still be a virgin after 6 years, that is something I've never actually heard of. Have you dealt with that at all?
Yeah, I mean, it is a thing if a couple is asexual. That's why I asked what she was comfortable doing, because a lot of couples don't want sex, and they find that they love each other by holding hands, or just kissing or cuddling, and that gives them the joy, and that gives them the connection, because a couple doesn't need to connect to have sex. It's just a cool thing that we're able to do.
Yeah.
But some partners don't want it, or they don't, it doesn't do it for them. There's sexual trauma for some people, and so you can still have that connection without having intercourse.
Yeah, well, we've had sex so much that that's kind of.
Well, that's more your connection, though.
Yeah. Well, wait. You don't have the connection when we make love?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I just would like it outside too.
Oh, like it outside what?
I'd like to have it more outside instead of feeling connected with you when we have sex, because it seems like you're not connected unless we're having sex.
Oh, wow. We're getting real deep here. Man, oh, man. I guess we should ask Dr. Bexxx here what's going on. So, we connect when we're not actually having sex, and it's okay. I mean, there's been some spouts where we don't really go without sex for maybe a day or two. And,
I'm curious then. So what would it be like if you guys went a week without having sex?
He'll get really angry.
have we ever gone a week before? Have we gone a week without sex?
I think so. You get pretty mad.
I get mad.
Yeah, and pissy.
This might be a fun experiment, an interesting experiment, where go a week and Chet, try not to get mad, and try to find other ways that you can show her that intimacy.
Got it. No, we give each other's back rubs and whatnot, but usually that turns each other on so much that we just go down on each other.
That is correct.
And then it's the ultimate orgasm. So it's just like everything that we try to do to connect with each other that it doesn't involve sex usually ends up in having sex.
Yeah.
So it's more like playing putt-putt golf. Well, even that, we kind of snuck off into the windmill and we had some sex once.
Well, that's a given. That's super sexy.
Yeah. I don't know what else. Hiking? Oh, when we hike, we find a little trail. We go on a trail and we have sex off the trail. I don't know. There's doing our taxes. I think you've given me a blowjob once while I was doing our taxes once.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. I guess that's our new I guess challenge is for us to find some activity that we can connect with.
Right, but it's also a positive challenge.
Challenge, yeah.
You have a positive, sex life that's very active and that's wonderful. And so therefore, try something new. Just like if you weren't having sex, try something new. So it's just that way you spice it up, and you could spice it up without having sex.
Yeah, maybe we should go to Wells. What are some activities that we can do together where we don't end up having sex?
Well, any activity could lead to sex, but maybe you could do something thrilling like ride on a wave runner.
Oh, yeah.
Something that's fun.
Yeah.
That's an activity that could connect you.
We went scuba diving once and we ended up having sex on a piece of coral. It was in Thailand. That was interesting.
Was that comfortable?
No, not at all. It was very uncomfortable. But yeah, so a wave runner, that's something. But either she's going to be behind me or I'm going to be behind her, and the vibrations of everything. But I like that. Any other ideas there, Wells?
Well, to connect without having sex. What if you started your own laptop repair business?
Oh,
yeah.
Work on laptops together.
That sounds
very, very boring. Well, if anybody has any ideas of what we can do, Diane and I can do, go ahead and put it in the message queue right there on Caffeine or on the upload video on YouTube. But we're going to go ahead and move on to our next caller. Who do we have up there, Wells?
Quick note, since it was mentioned, putt-putt golf originated in North Carolina in 1916.
Wow.
Reached the height of its popularity in 1930.
Really? Even after Karate Kid, when, Ralph Macchio and...
It has dwindled in popularity since then. There were 25,000 courses at one point.
Man, I love me some putt-putt.
Yeah. So our next caller is Joe, and he'd actually like to give some sex advice to you all here.
Oh, wow. Well, Dr. Bexxx and now Joe. Hey, you're talking Sex Live. I'm Chet.
I'm Diane.
And is this Joe?
Yes, Chetley.
Oh, my God.
Chetley.
Grandpa?
It's your grandfather, Grandpa Joe.
Oh, Grandpa Joe, what are you doing calling in? How'd you get this number? Wow.
Chet Lee, young man, I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, so, Grandpa, I'm set to see you next weekend. I was gonna go out to the Oversight Seas Inn there where you're staying.
They moved me to the Shady Acres Senior Facility, you son of a bitch.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm coming to visit you this weekend.
Yeah, I was.
I've been hearing that. Yeah, okay, all right. Well, if that's what you say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Grandpa Joe. Oh, God. Well, everybody, Grandpa Joe, everybody, this is my grandpa. You're 95, is that correct?
That is correct.
Well,
you actually remember. 95 years old.
Yeah.
Yes, 95.
So, well, welcome to the show. This is, you remember Diane, my lovely wife. You were at the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I remember. How are you doing, Deanna?
That's Diane.
I'm all right.
Yeah, she's okay.
Dealing with a migraine.
Yeah, she's dealing with a migraine right now. But what can we help you with there, Grandpa Joe?
Well, first off, I want to say, Chet Lee, I've got a bone to pick with you. You've been doing this show for a while, and I've been hearing about it. I've actually been listening today. A lot of dirty, filthy talk on this show. People talking about all sorts of sexual, deviant kind of things.
Well, that's what we do. It's Talkin' Sex Live.
Well, and that's what I want to talk to you about. You're doing this awful show, and you never once asked me to be a guest on it.
Well, you criticize us so much, so why would we want to have you on if you were just criticizing this show?
I'm criticizing because I want to give sexual advice.
Okay.
I'm 95 years old. You're
it.
telling me that I don't know enough about sex.
Yes. Well, yeah, you made Dad, and Dad made me, so obviously you know a plethora of, you've had a lot of sexual experience, right?
You're darn tootin'.
I've heard those assisted living homes are, I mean, they are...
cesspool for
cesspool for STDs. That is correct. It is. I mean, they hand out condoms as much as they hand out medication there. Is that correct?
You know, Chet Lee, they say when you get older, life gets harder. But that's not it. Your boner gets harder when you're living at a senior care facility.
Wow.
I tell you what, I am banging women left and right here. I tell you what, you come over here, we'll keep it in the family. We'll have a big old orgy.
Well, definitely do not want to have sex with... I mean, nothing's wrong with any of those women, but I love Diane, and Diane picks our other partners that she wants to have sex with, so you'll have to go ahead and convince her I
want to tell you this, okay? Darcy, listen up.
Diane.
So, at my senior living facility, don't tell anyone this, but Marilyn Monroe lives here.
Oh. Wow. Well, we were just talking about Marilyn Monroe. She had to be, what was that, Wells? How old is she now?
94 years old.
That's right. Wow, she's 94. You're her senior. 94, you're a minor?
Yes,
I don't know what that term is.
I don't know, but I'm a dirty old man.
So, are you thinking about trying to get with her? I can't imagine. I mean, she died in the 60s, so I don't know what she would look like now. Yeah, she passed away of a drug overdose in the 60s.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird because I could have sworn that was her. She said that she said she was Marilyn Monroe, so I just assume when people tell me their names that I believe them.
Well, we got to watch out for those. You know, if she's beautiful and you really want to get with her, then go ahead and pursue it. I mean, you're 95. You know, Grandpa, you need to live the rest of your life to your happiest. You know, to your fullest.
I'm not getting tied down for nothing. I'm gonna be pumping my pulley until it just blowing dust all over the place.
Got it.
Anyways,
what? So you want to give us some sex advice? What do you want to say to us?
well, I would have let you know that I could give just as good of advice as Dr. Hans Bexxx that you have on it there.
Dr. Bexxx.
And
Bexxx. Sorry.
Dr.
Bexxx.
Dr.
You're messing
Bexxx?
me up here. Dr. Bexxx.
Oh,
Bexxx. X. Bexxx.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my apology, Dr. Bexxx.
Bexxx with the
Anyways, what I want you to do is I just want you to, what kind of questions do you get? Maybe you could ask me a question. Now I will give you the answer that you should be giving other people.
Okay, well, we had our last caller. She was 34 years old, and she was married for 6 years, and she has not had sex yet
With her husband.
with her husband. And she's basically a virgin after being married for 6 years. What type of advice would you give to her?
Well, what I would give to her is probably the advice that was given to me when I was a young Schaefer.
Okay.
See, now when I was a kid, actually when you were probably a kid, they had the thing called it was like a baseball metaphor, Talk about going to first base, kissing.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about going to second base, touching the boobies.
Got it. Second
Third base,
is the
going down south.
Mhm.
And yes, you know the whole thing.
home
So
runs, having sex. Yes.
because exactly, because she seemed like such a prude, just to put it nice.
Well, I wouldn't say prude, but
I would lay it out in like 9 simple steps.
9 steps. Okay, so
9 steps. It was given to me when I was young. Okay,
Got it.
so the first thing that she needs to do to get intimate with her man is she needs to make eye contact with him.
Okay, starting real slow, backing way off there. Okay,
Really, really taking time. Okay,
got it.
And we
Okay,
make eye
Diane would like
contact.
that. Really taking her time. Yeah. Okay. Next step. I don't know if we have
Absolutely.
time for all 9 steps, but you go ahead and do the first 3 here. So.
Okay, all right. So then the next one. This is very important. You shake hands with the other person.
That's a good one right there. That shake the hand. Okay.
And then you basically. I'll just skip some of these because I know we don't have
That's
much
all right.
time.
No worries.
But basically, you'll sit together.
Okay.
And then you'll put your arm around him, and then you'll blow in his ear, and then you give his kneecap a good rubbing. Give a good rub on that kneecap. That starts to get the boy going.
Okay.
All right.
And
then you tell him, and then you tell him, and you tell herself, Jesus is not going to judge us. I think that's their biggest problem there is Jesus judging, and that's a no-no.
Yeah.
So, and then what you do is you just, let him tickle the tatas, and she
go
fiddle
right
with
to
the
the tickler
pecker,
tatas and tickling the pecker. Okay. All right.
Absolutely. And then, but you have to ask permission first from her father. Just in case.
So.
And speaking of which, she talked about her daddy Nono place. That's where she needs to get that out of her mind and think like Danny Thomas. She got to spread those legs and make room for daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's a little much.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it?
Wells, do you feel that that's your? Would you agree with that that advice there? Wells is our producer. He's been single for a while, so he kind of gets our single perspective on everything here. What do you think?
Well, it started very slow, and then it went straight to the genitals.
Yeah,
so
it was a little much.
It seemed a little out of place for me. Like, we were starting in first gear, and we were just staying there, and suddenly we were in fifth.
Yeah, it was like overdrive right from after you gunned it there. Wells, what's your progression with women? Do you go straight? What's a good bridge between first gear and fifth gear? I mean, of course, don't the metaphor, but yeah.
Well, now keep in mind this is. I'm sorry. Were you asking Wells?
It's okay. You go ahead, Grandpa. We respect our elders here on this show. And if you obviously have a lot of wisdom, please share with us what a good step between first base and then celebrating in the clubhouse looks like.
Look, all I'm saying is this, is everything I was mentioning there was clearly advice I would give to this girl, because clearly she's not comfortable with her moons over my hammy and all these other things going on.
So you're listening to the show.
Of course I'm listening.
Okay.
How do you think I know that it's that you're not giving the right advice here, Chet?
Oh, yeah, so you listen to all of our shows. That's great. Thanks, Dr. Grandpa Joe. Sorry. We talk to doctors so often.
As a matter of fact.
Well,
yes.
You are a doctor.
I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor of old love. Old, sexy, sweaty love.
Okay. Wow.
Did you know what, Gently, while I have you here, do you remember that time when you were 6 years old, your grandmother for Christmas got you one of those Teddy Ruxpin dolls? You remember the Teddy Ruxpin?
Love my Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, I used to put some Rum DMC tapes in his back, and he would start rapping.
Anyways, you got your little penis stuck in Teddy Ruxpin's mouth.
Well, it was moving up and down.
It was the funniest thing.
That's
we had to take
it's a no-brainer. You put your penis in there, right?
Well, to each their own. But I'm just saying, it was quite possibly the funniest and probably one of the most scarring things in your life. I don't know.
Say scarring. I've come to accept it, and that's But yeah, no, I get it.
I mean, Dolores, does he still have that scar? It looks like a lightning bolt on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's still there.
That's why we call it my Harry Potter penis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
magic wand.
Yeah.
I don't get that reference. I'm too old.
There's a movie, there's a book called Harry Potter, and then
it's about wizards.
Yeah, and I say Excommunicatus, and then I come with it shoots. Anyways,
hey, I like that.
All right,
I got to use that.
It's my magic wand. Well, Grandpa Joe, it seems like you have some lovely ladies probably waiting for you outside your door there if you're assisted living home. And
all the ladies are asleep right now, but there is a tray of Jell-O waiting for me.
Oh wow, that is fantastic. I definitely will be over next weekend. I promise. I will come over, play some chess. I'll bring you those bagels that you like.
And those Werther's originals.
The Werther's originals. Yes, you need to be restocked.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
So, thank you so much for calling in, Dr. Grant. I mean, the Doctor of Old Love.
That's okay.
Yes, it's just I'm used to it.
Dr. Old Love, Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa Joe. I love you.
Gently,
I miss you.
I love you too. You're doing a good job. Don't let me give you too much of a hard time. And I'd love to see you and your beautiful wife, Diane.
Yes. Diane and I will be over and next weekend. Have a good night there.
Okay.
Stay safe out there. Wear a condom.
All right. Nah, I don't need it, but thank you.
No.
All right. Wow. Dr. Bexxx, are your parents or grandparents, are they open about their sexuality with you, or?
My grandparents have passed, so I never had the chance to talk to them about that. But my parents are open-ish. Like, there's the jokes of the doors shut, it's locked, and there's a running joke about one time at a wedding, my mom was heard saying, "Oh no, the masked man." So now there's this running joke in my family that my father wears a mask when they have sex. So it's always been very positive growing up, and even now, like, I applaud my parents. I think it's great that they still, have sex. I don't need to know the details, but like, it's fine that they do, and they know that, all their children have sex, and it's okay.
Do they talk about your love life at all, or are you open about that, or?
You know what? When my husband and I were trying for a baby, yes, I'd be like, I'm ovulating, so I would let at least my mother know. So
not so much your dad, though.
No. But and then when my mother would visit, even before when I was married, she would be like, your father and I will leave if you and your husband want to be alone. So it is talked about, but not in detail, and I don't need it talked about in detail. I just, as long as they're happy, then that's good. But if something were to happen and I had a question, I probably wouldn't ask my mother.
Yeah, my parents, we were very open about everything. I mean, I was not sexually active as up until 16 when I met an older woman, and then yeah, we had some inappropriate relations, but we were living in a state where consent was the age of 16, and so my parents did give the okay to this older woman, and she taught me everything that I know, and they weren't concerned, but they wanted to know, so I did tell them about all of my experiences and everything I was learning from her. Wells, what about you? Your parents ever talk to you about sex at all?
No, I don't think my parents had sex much after I was born. They
Wow.
weren't very happy.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I grew up in a pretty conservative environment, so
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't. I mean, they gave me the talk. I knew what sex was, but sexuality wasn't talked about
For all
too
they
much.
know that you might have you're still a virgin, right? To your parents' knowledge, maybe.
Um, to my mom, definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
To my dad, I'm sure he knows I'm not a virgin, but I don't think I've ever explicitly been like, Dad, I like to nut, you know?
I like
Like,
to
get in there.
nut. Eh,
Get that on a T-shirt, Wells. Just
Yeah.
get that on
Yeah.
a T-shirt.
I like to nut.
I like to nut.
All
That's
right.
the big good one.
Wells Bernowski. I like to nut. Well, that's all our callers for tonight. I want to say thank you again, Dr. Bexxx. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you for your knowledge and your insight on our callers' questions there. If do you have any kind of parting advice that you want to give anybody, or?
No, I think I loved talking to the callers and hopefully helping them out. And I think what we've learned is that everyone's different.
That
You
is
know,
correct.
everyone is what gets their goat is different, and there's no right way to have sex. There's no right way to be turned on. There's no rules when it comes to sexuality, and it's on a spectrum. And we should, just accept everyone for who they are and what they like.
That's right. Accepting yourself and where you lie on the sexual spectrum. Just because Diane and I are having a lot of sex, and our new challenge is to find an activity where we don't have sex. So that's something that we can go ahead and try. You just need to be comfortable with where you lie, and if you do have a lot of sex, that's great. If you don't, that's fine as well. If you want to have more, there's healthy ways to finding those opportunities. If you want to just explore yourself, and that is good too. Thank you so much, Wells. As always, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thanks for relaying the calls to everybody here. We are Chet and Diane. Thank you very much. We're going to say good night and have positive sex relations and stay sex positive out there.